Hey guys, welcome back to Deepak's Daily Reading. So I am focused more now on reading books about how to grow agencies, since we suffered a bit of a contraction over the last couple of months as our SEO actual lead volume dropped. We are in the recovery phase, but it did give me cause to look into how others grow agencies. So that was very useful. So Agencynomics, I think one of the big things for me was that having a project manager who's not actually in charge of managing the clients or in charge of the delivery, but managing the projects. There definitely is a gap at Pearl Lemon. In some respects, I'm filling that gap at the moment myself. So what that means, a big example, is really making sure that someone is ensuring that we are optimizing all of our actual web pages by using tools such as Yoast SEO or Rank Math. So that's on-page optimization and just ensuring there's an actual really good process to ensure that work gets done and it's tracked. So that would be an example of one project within Pearl Lemon, and we don't really have a dedicated project manager for that. We're people that do implementation, but the project management isn't effective as it should be. I will be talking to probably Samil about getting heavily involved in that, but that's definitely something that I took from Agencynomics, which I think was really quite useful in terms of things I'd like to directly change and impact within Pearl Lemon. The second book that I'm reading at the moment is The 7-Figure Agency Roadmap, How to Build a $1 Million Digital Marketing Agency, by a chap called Josh Nelson. So what's interesting is that Agencynomics is written by UK folks, so it's very much focused upon revenue per head. It's focused upon looking at it from an economic perspective, and it focuses upon, from what I see, really, they come from a web development and design background, as well as branding. We're an SEO agency, so there is some crossover, but it has also reminded me that web development is a fantastic place to start within a marketing company, because if you can get someone's website work, you can fundamentally do all of the rest, which is why it made me understand that putting money back into Pearl Lemon Web is going to be very important. So one of the things also, whoever's listening to this within the team can get a message to Sophie to say that anytime we make any level of profit on a nerd's fundamentally web dev change or any other client, I want to put back 25% of the margin into buying backlinks for Pearl Lemon Web. So that's the takeaway, because if we can build a big web development flow of leads, we can then do a lot of other things with these clients. So that was the takeaway. Now, going to the 7-Figure Agency Roadmap, what was interesting is that this guy is US based. This guy focuses on marketing. And there's a couple of takeaways that I think really that I did like with what he had to say. So one thing you must always give your clients is seeding the vision of what's next. So what that means is fundamentally, as you, for example, we do SEO fix, let's say all of the technical SEO issues, and I use bunny fingers to say all, you have to tell them this is what we're going to be working on next. This is what we're going to be doing next. So this sense of continuous evolution, so that your clients feel that your company are always innovating. So that is something that I think that we could and need to do better. And that concept, seeding the vision of what's next on your journey with them, avoid stagnation. So that's something that I think that we need to think about and discuss internally. The next thing that I really liked was that this chap spoke about, of course, it's nothing new, but the way that he's done it is quite impressive. I'm going to share with you the URL, plumberseo.net, but he talks about developing a keynote presentation on how to rank for a specific niche you wish to target. So for example, we take any of our case studies and then use that case study to combine it with a guide, a keynote presentation on how to rank in that niche. So you'd set up, for example, a specific YouTube channel, or that would relate, for example, to how to rank a luxury brand. So we would use Asteria, they sell diamonds, and we talk about their growth. We share the testimonial and case study that we've got with them, but we create a keynote presentation that would be a 45-minute video guide on how to rank if you're a luxury diamond or jewelry company, or if you're a diamond, gold or jewelry business. And then you would go through all of the steps. Once you've got that keynote presentation, you could then use that alongside a cheat sheet as part of a cold email campaign. You would then create, for example, jewelryseo.com and model yourself as a luxury jewelry focused SEO agency with the case studies, and you'd map out 12 potential presentations you give over 12 months, and then put it into a cold email campaign to start launching to fundamentally any business owners in those niches, with a view to not have them book in an appointment initially, but send them the free value. Why don't you sign up to this free webinar? We use a webinar funnel tool so that the webinars are potentially evergreen, but then you always have a couple of emails to send to these people each month. And then within the webinar funnel, and this is the part that was really interesting for me, you don't really care about who attends a webinar. Most people don't turn up anyway to the webinar. It has a less than 10% turn up rate. But what happens, and I do the same thing myself, people have an intention to go to a webinar, sign up for the webinar, but then in the emails, when you meet them at their highest point of interest, you offer ultimately a option to book an appointment in a short video. Book an appointment if you want us to help you with your diamond and jewelry SEO. So that's how you actually generate the appointments. Because you're doing one webinar a month, it's on a different subject, you always have something new to send to ultimately what is a cold email list. So that was really, really powerful for me. It's not something covered at all in the UK, fundamentally, Agencynomics actual book. And it just reminds me that there's always something new to learn. So I'm really enjoying, and I'm only part way into this 7-figure agency roadmap ultimately course. He's got another book, and I'm going to read a couple of agency books to get better insights into it. So they are my thoughts on the 2 agency books that I've read.